GODSU Tuesday Icon Talk. I am yours truly, Co-M.C and engineer, His Excellency Dakar, CEO of Dakar Marketing Tools. And tonight we're going to be interviewing the outstanding Dr. Chekesha Michelle Chaplain of Catlin Realty.
Yeah.
So without any further ado, here is our co-M.C.
All right, so it is Tuesday, May 19th, 2020. Global Day Seminar, University GODSU is a 501c3 interfaith e-learning global institution with corporate offices in Miramar, Florida, and a physical campus in Frankfort, North Carolina. GODSU, Florida Department of Education Commission of Studies approving degree-issuing religious institution of higher learning under Florida Statute 1005.06. Cairo. I'm 25 years old and currently serve as United Nations Youth Civil Society Youth Representative, as well as founder of CairoSpeaks, which is a consulting firm which specializes in executive coaching and enhancing both interpersonal communication skills and executive writing. I also offer coaching sessions and ghostwriting to busy international leaders and executives. I'm also the reigning Miss Broward County 2020 within the Miss America organization, and humbly launched my social impact initiative of unlocking leadership potential, which was inspired by a three-part leadership program that my company, CairoSpeaks, Cairo developed. As Miss Broward County and as MC, I host an online news blog in Broward County titled Uplifting News, which is uplifting bite-sized content. Please visit my website, CairoSpeaks.com, to view more information about the services I offer, as well as to set up a consultation for all of your editing and coaching needs. Well, I'm so excited to say that our woman of power today is Dr. Chekesha Catlin. I'm so excited to have this individual on the line because she is a phenomenal woman. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read her biography, and we're going to be able to hear some nuggets of knowledge, I always call it, from Dr. Catlin. Dr. Chekesha Michelle Catlin was born and raised in Annapolis, Maryland, and mother of two beautiful children. She's a Christian and an astute entrepreneur for over 26 years. She's passionate about cultivating and strengthening individual lives and fostering business growth. Currently, Dr. Catlin is the president of KC Realty Group and Millennials by Alexandria, Virginia. Closing disparities in home ownership. Dr. Catlin focuses on first-time home buyers, millennials, veterans, and luxury real estate. It's her vision to turn realty dreams into reality. Dr. Catlin is also the owner and operator of Exhale, which is a business focused on healthy, holistic living. Exhale teaches quarterly retreats, workshops, and seminars for small groups, nonprofits, women organizations, and more. Dr. Catlin enjoys individuals to their full potential in life. He advocates for self-worth and self-love by producing and hosting a weekly podcast on YouTube as Live Your Best Life Now. Notice she didn't say live your best life in the future. She said right now, everyone. Dr. Catlin's ardor for helping others is also illustrated on YouTube, where she advocates for self-development through a weekly inspiration show called Ready, Set, Go. Serving as the executive producer and host, Dr. Catlin shares her passion and gift of leading others to extraordinary heights by giving back to her community through philanthropy and volunteerism. Dr. Catlin has authored several books for business startups and personal development. Her motto is, with every card that's dealt to you in life, you always get an opportunity to hold, fold, or risk it. Take ownership of you and make your move unapologetically. Dr. Catlin, we have the honor of having you on the line today.
Yes, you do. How exciting is this? This is tonight being on this show. I'm sitting here. I'm calling from here.
Oh, wonderful.
Last year, talking about me. I'm so excited to see you. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much for saying. Thank you so much for saying that, Dr. Catlin. I am grinning from ear to ear right now just because I love listening to you. I feel like you are extremely positive, you are motivational, and you're really encouraging. So I want to ask you, for all of you online who are interested in knowing how you became an entrepreneur, can you please tell us, how did your entrepreneurial journey begin?
Wow, it began so long ago. I would say at least 26 to 20 years ago. As an entrepreneur, I have always been surrounded by entrepreneurs from my grandmother, great-grandmother, great-grandfather, my father, my uncle. Everyone has always been an entrepreneur. I was always inspired by my family to literally just kind of like follow my passion and where my dreams. Way back when I graduated from college, I became a probation officer. It was that time, meeting individuals that wanted another opportunity in life, wanted to be inspired, wanted to be motivated, helped me decide to put together very different businesses to essentially help those individuals. And that's how I got started. My very first business was a training center to help individuals to achieve skills such as resume writing, job searching, just anything from customer service to retail functions. And that was my very, very first company that really catapulted me into my actual passion, and my passion is people. Helping them to become individuals to live their best life and to unleash their greatness. So that's how I started, literally 26 or 28 years ago, with that very first business. And it was called Catlin and Associates, actually. That was the name of it, training and assistance. So that's how I got started, just kind of helping others to become better.
So, Dr. Catlin, what you're telling me is that you started your first business 28 years ago at the age of 3 months. Is that correct?
Absolutely, right? I wish. Yeah, very, very, very young age. I mean, I've always had an entrepreneur spirit. You know, it's always like your environment you grew up in, mentors you see around you, your role models. It's really interesting when people look up to older people. And that's exactly what I did as a young girl. I just looked up to my parents, my grandparents, and I just really saw them in their business and how they helped and change lives. And that's what I really followed in their footsteps. Really just, blossom and just enjoy the blessing that I have placed upon other people. So that's what I started. I really, at my current age and right now where I'm at, I'm really excited to look back and really remember all the stories and just all the people that have come across my path and just what they're doing today in life. So I'm really thankful that that's how I got started in entrepreneurship.
I'm really happy to hear that because, you know, as we all know, we have to be very cognizant of the legacy that we're building. So do we want to be building a legacy of wealth? Do we want to be building a legacy of entrepreneurship? Or do we want to be building a legacy of something that we don't necessarily want to be too proud about? You know, so we have to be mindful of that there are children who are watching us at this time, which is why it's so important that we have different branches within GODSU, such as the Junior Ambassador Program, so that there can be that mentorship and that guidance. See, next question is that I know that you have your business case Realty Group as well as Millennials Buy Homes too. I want to ask you, speaking of why is home ownership so important?
Now, home ownership is very, very, very important. I mean, it doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter your ethnicity. It's really what matters is if you want to build, you want to build wealth, you want to leave legacy. If you want to, you know, you can buy a home and become an entrepreneur, or you can buy a home and love the home and make it your home. So, my belief is everyone, from millennials, seniors, everyone in between, have a desire to becoming homeowner. Homeownership is like one of those assets that I believe we all dream of. That little picket fence with a beautiful little house in the middle, with some yard, out back with the dogs, the kids, and have this whole family unit. So when I decided to go into real estate, I didn't want to go into it from an aspect of building a business. I wanted to go into it with educating others, helping others, my resources from my database knowledge to help others acquire that one desire that we all had as a little girl. Most of the time, we want to unleash the child. All those dreams we had at the age of 4, 6, 7, playing make pretend house, the Barbie house, everything. It's like those dreams we want to see people achieve. And that is home ownership. KC Realty, I do a lot of education as far as first-time home buyers, credit 101, how to buy and hold, how to buy and flip, how to invest, all the way down to millennials buy homes too, is near and dear to me, because in the millennials buy homes too, it is a 6-month program, and it is taking a millennial, showing them that something they believe they can never achieve, and really mapping it out and showing them how to achieve it. And I'm going to tell you something. At the very end of the day, when the keys are transferred from one seller to the new owner, it is at that moment that everything radiates in that individual person, because they have captured something that maybe no one in their family has ever captured. And that's what really, really means the most to me as far as my real estate business goes. That's my vision, that's my mission, and that's my passion. So everybody can achieve home ownership.
Absolutely. And as we were talking about building that legacy, having those assets, being able to pass that down so that the next generation does not necessarily have that hurdle to climb in terms of trying to recreate a foundation. They already have a foundation that they can be able to stand up on and move forward on. So I'm really happy that you shared that with us, Dr. Catlin. And the last question I have for you is, what are some ideal characteristics of a woman of power, and how do you embody those characteristics?
Oh my God, I love that. It's an awesome question. A woman of power. I really, really see a woman of power in a woman of the mind, the soul, and the spirit. And when I take a look at those 4 aspects, when I think about mind, a woman of power is a person, as far as the mind goes, will constantly be open-minded, willing to nourish what she has, learn more, to read, to just be hungry for knowledge. Mind is a very powerful thing. And I do believe that when you fill it with positivity, you become more powerful within yourself. Body is very, very important. It's like your temple, right? It's like all about taking care of who you are. That self-love, that self-worth, your health and your nutrition, your exercise, your meditation. Like being worldly is what I call it. Your soul is good. You lean from your heart. You reach from your heart. I often tell people, be of love, receive love, accept love. That's so deep within your soul, right? And in your spirit. Yes, take that moment to be connected to a higher power. To me, these 4 facets, when you can relish and walk your walk in these four facets, I believe that as a woman, you are your most powerful, because then you are able to lean back and to help another woman to become just as powerful by strengthening her mind, nourishing her body, deepening her soul, her love for herself, and as well as spirit, and that is connecting higher with the higher power. I am one of those things. I strive to be about it. When I talk to a woman, I share those things with them, because that's really the big and what woman is all about.
I think that is so well said, Dr. Catlin. It is so well said in terms of having a holistic approach to being a woman of power, a woman of strength and fortitude. You have to make sure that all of those those levels that you've talked about in terms of the mental strength, the health, being strong with your health, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all of those different tenets that make us the person that we are today, those have to be in check. So thank you so much, Dr. Catlin, for sharing what you've had shared with us. And we want to know, how can we get in touch with you?
Oh my goodness. It's like, I love to be like that person. Like, you can just reach out and always touch me. Absolutely. Just go to my website. It's drchekeshamichelle.com. It's very simple. You can send an email right through there. And if you get on the website and you say, oh, I can't send an email, at all times, you can feel free to call me directly. I'm always available at 202-313-2590. But again, the website is Dr. Chekesha, Chekesha, Michelle, Michelle.com. And get in touch with me, and please drop me a line that's just so inspiring. I love reading emails, and I love reading stories. So I look forward to just receiving emails and just really experiencing everything that people have to tell me. I just love it.
And I just say that this is told on the record, but completely off the record. Dr. Catlin is an amazing, beautiful person on the inside, and definitely on the outside. And I'm so grateful to have her as part of the GODSU network, as someone that I can call and text. I feel so honored to be in a part of, usually a part of the sphere of influence, and just to be able to have that connection with you. So thank you so much, Dr. Catlin, for being on the line today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This was really, really awesome. Yeah, I was looking forward to this all day long.
What?
I cannot wait till 7 o'clock to talk to the most fabulous people, and I for my family. So I thank you so much for having me on today.
Thank you from one family member to another. Thank you, Auntie Dr. Chekesha Catlin. All right, so we are so happy to have Dr. Catlin as one of our amazing distinguished alumni within GODSU. We're going to now be transitioning over to His Excellency Dakar, as he talks about some of the outstanding workers of GODSU, what they've been accomplishing and achieving, and we just can't wait to hear that. So I'm just going to go ahead and transition over to him. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, thank you for your time, everybody. So we're going to transition over to our outstanding workers of God. So starting off, we have our ambassador, His Excellency Dr. Bafore Ajay Bewa, Chaplain, and he was the spokesperson for GODSU. We have our professorship, our Reverend Dr. William Blake Chaplain, and he is the pastor of the Mount Olive Ministry Baptist.
You know what? I would be remiss if I did not properly introduce and edify our amazing MC, Co-M.C, His Excellency Dakar. So what I would love to do is I'd love to be able to read his bio, because guess what? He's over here edifying so many other people, and yet I didn't get to edify you. I apologize. I had to come back and right my wrongs. So in just a few seconds, we're going to go through His Excellency Dakar's bio, and then we're going to go right back to the regular scheduled programming, right?
Yes.
All right, so first of all, let me just say that His Excellency Dakar is just a remarkable young man, an entrepreneur. He actually just finished a foreword for Dr. Jesse Sharp's book, which will be coming out very soon. And he was able to talk about the levels or the layers in which he had to overcome in order to become the transformative leader he is today, going from a young man, like a young male, to a man. All right, so it takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of bravery, it takes a lot of intelligence to be able to do what he does every single day. His Excellency Dakar Nile Alexander Eubanks came from very humble beginnings. His mother, Reverend Dr. Diane Moore Eubanks, and his father, Dr. Willis Eubanks, owned a mortgage and real estate company, Accurate Settlement, that was very successful from the year 2000 until 2009. This is when the real estate market crashed, causing his mother, father, Dakar, and his two sisters to become homeless. The family of five moved 15 times in a 3-year span. Dakar was actually able to dabble into entrepreneurship, establishing himself first as the owner of Dakar Kicks Restoration. He used his artistic ability to clean and customize sneakers for his classmates and teammates. The business was doing so well that at the time his parents would often call him and ask him to help with the bills and then reimburse him. His Excellency Dakar has led both on the basketball court and academically. An honor roll student, Dakar has significantly impacted GODSU. At the age of 22 and now 23, His Excellency Dakar has been very studious in learning several skill types, giving him multiple tasks for GODSU. These include being a co-director for the Board of Governor at 18, as an accountant, a manager of the IT department in graphic design, and the head of the Junior Ambassador Program. He actually serves as a board member and the dean of the chaplaincy program. He's able to combine his skills to recruit over 20 volunteers from local high school students or high schools to work within the university. He is the registered marketing and branding agent for GODSU and its affiliates in 79 countries globally through its UN nonprofit NGO. As the 23-year-old CEO of Dakar Marketing Tools, his mission is to identify, promote, and elevate his clients. These clients include businesses and personal brands throughout these 79 countries, as well as domestically in the United States. Dakar Marketing Tools specializes in local design, business card design, as well as photo and video editing. I had to first edify him so that you know exactly who's on the line. And without further ado, back to you.
Thank you, Her Excellency Cairo. Wonderful introduction. So I want to continue on, and actually the next up is our director, Her Excellency Cairo Eubanks Chaplain. She's the CEO of CairoSpeaks. She was a spokesperson for GODSU. We have doing administrative work our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Willis Eubanks Chaplain, and he is the CEO of Global Alliance Technical Services. We have our project management for GODSU, our Dean, Dr. Morris Red Chaplain, and he is the CEO of Mind Over Matter Coaching. We also have our social media consulting assistance done by our Junior Ambassador, Sudan Eubanks, the CEO of Sudan Dolls and Sudan E-Consulting. We have our two wonderful ladies that helped with GODSU Junior Ambassador mentorship. That's none other than Dr. Karis Monroe Chaplain, founder of Fabulous Homes International, and Dr. Chekesha Catlin Chaplain, and she's the CEO of KC Realty, and you just had the wonderful chance of hearing her being interviewed. We have myself, who helped with GODSU through my company, Dakar Marketing Tools. We also have the two wonderful supporters of GODSU that helped with booking speaker engagements. We have our Reverend Dr. Michelle Richards Phillips, who is the CEO and founder of Get Vision TV. And we also have our Dean Imam, Dr. Talib Sharif Chaplain, who is the president and Imam of the nation's mosque, Jade Muhammad. We have the rest of our wonderful alum and supporters of GODSU that helped with public relations. So we have Dr. Flozell Fields Jr., PhD, and he's the CEO of Zion and Company LLC. We have our board member, Her Excellency Dr. Arlene Spann Chaplain, the founder of Arlene Sweats. We have our minister, Alicia Moses Armstrong Chaplain, the CEO of Agape Love Treasures, followed by our Dean, His Excellency Reverend Dr. Joseph Hickman Chaplain, who is the founder of JH Global Consulting. We have our Dean, Reverend Dr. Anne Marie Wilkinson, Chaplain, CEO of Shop Fashion Focus, also by Designate Dr. Sharon Terry Chaplain, who is the founder of Lee Max Optimal. Our Assistant Dean, Dr. Edna Harvin Battle Chaplain, CEO of Gen J Consulting, also helped with public relations, followed by our Assistant Dean, Dr. Cecilia Wilson Smith Chaplain, founder of the Strong Sisters of Strength Ministry. We also have our Assistant Dean, Dr. Carlene Randolph, Chaplain, CEO of Coin Goals and CEO of Chirism LLC. So I would like to extend a special appreciation to GODSU leaders listed above who have volunteered many hours. We especially thank those who have provided the actual names, emails, and phone numbers of referrals. GODSU is grateful for the opportunity to add workers of God to our database as well as register for our educational programs. And we also have our outstanding chancellor and founder of GODSU, who did outstanding work as well. So I want to see if we have some of our outstanding workers of GODSU on the line so we can do some brief introductions and how we can get in contact with you. Actually, before we do so, we have our fantastic chancellor, our Reverend Dr. Her Excellency Diane Moore Eubanks. Please take us away.
Incredible, incredible. Thank you so much, His Excellency Dakar, Her Excellency Cairo, and Dr. Chekesha Catlin, who has been a power source. I don't know, for those of you who have been with the school for years will know that every graduation we held or meet and greet at her business establishment, and she is fully on board. She did some transitioning and in real estate, and we want to support her. So if you need a real estate agent, you're doing an investment, if you're doing any kind of purchase, whether it's residential or commercial, please reach Dr. Chekesha Michelle Catlin. She is the realtor for you. I just briefly took the call because I do want to thank those of you who came on today, as I graduated from my alma mater. I graduated from there when 1986. I graduated from Florida State originally, and here I am almost 30 years later, 40 years later, almost 40 years later, aging myself, almost 40 years later, being invited as a fellow to their executive business program, the Jim Moran Business Program of global entrepreneurship, nonprofit business, and just really happy for those who were able to join me. And it will only elevate GODSU to another level and another level based on the contacts and the brand we have there. We've also shared with you courses that we do with another sister school, Yale University. It's also sent courses to us, to one of our alum, that folks have been able to take as well. And we've also taken courses in conjunction with Howard University. So we try to ensure that the education goes on and on. However, there's none like GODSU. There's absolutely none where we strive on non-competing amongst ourselves. We strive on no crap in the bucket mentality. We strive on elevating, uplifting, promoting each other I've been to 7 universities. None of them have that as a tenet to their universities. None of them support servant leadership. Not one. It's all about competition and tearing the next person down. We don't do that here. There are 7.75 billion people in the world that we can compete with. Within GODSU, we will build each other up. With that said, we have the Love and Spiritual Chaplaincy that the orientation is this Thursday. 3 professors, Professor of Islamic Chaplaincy and or Dean of Interfaith Council, Imam Dr. Talib Sharif, President of the Masjid Muhammad, the nation's mosque. He is the #1 when it comes to even the State Department, the U.S. government. He's their representative all over the world, for all the Muslim countries. That's who they send. He is of the highest level. And on many of the other religions, we have Assistant Professor Kyra Eubanks, who will be covering, as well as she has professors from her alma mater who will be also coming in and teaching. So we have a myriad of professors, and I'll be teaching as well. So we want you to please get people that you know would be great for the chaplaincy. Even if they're signing up for the Christian chaplaincy, they can still sit through this chaplaincy and open their minds, see what else is there. Because as you are advocating to someone under the jurisdiction of being a chaplain, you will come across people of different faiths. What we teach you to do is you can keep your faith, but you have to respect others. Simple as it said. There's no superiority, there's no judgment. God is the only judge, and we basically respect people. And if in their religion you cannot touch or hug someone who you just met, this will teach you that what you do. So those who want to go to prison ministry, those who want to go to the hospital ministries, those who want to go into schools, you have a myriad of people there, all backgrounds. You don't want to not be able to understand what they go through. So you have if you have been a chaplain before at GODSU, or if you sign up for any of the chaplaincies that we have, you have the opportunity to sit through every chaplaincy course that we do live. So even those who took the Christian chaplaincy, you can sit through this interfaith love and spiritual chaplaincy. We welcome that. And the cost of it is $800. For those who want to have their badges in graduation in August, we suggest you finish all the registration by the end of this month. However, if you don't mind waiting for your badge, but you want to still graduate, you can get your certificate, you can get your everything else, and you can still graduate if you need to break up your payments for whatever reason. Our earned chaplaincy licensing diploma programs here at Global Overday Seminary University GODSU is done under our 501c3 federal tax exempted position. We are a nonprofit incorporated in the state of Florida. Our chaplains are essentially spiritual leaders attached to a secular institution organization. Our chaplains are globally certified and licensed. And for the renewal of the chaplaincies, you can reach out to His Excellency Dakar. The mass text message that you get from him, you can ask him on there what you need to do. If your chaplaincies are expiring, he'll tell you what you need to turn in and what you need to pay so that you can get your renewed ID and get your renewed background check. He'll do all of that for you. So you can take care of that. I believe it's somewhere between $250, is it? I think it's $250 to do that you can go ahead and take care of it. I believe there's a small discount of $50 for those who have gone through who've actually come to the graduation Empower You conference for that year. So if you're coming to the August one and you bought a ticket for that conference, he actually gives like a $50 discount. You do have to write at least a chronology of what you've done as a chaplain during the time that you were licensed. Many of you have done remarkable things, so that would be easy to show that you're a servant leader, but you do want to keep up all your credentials. So there are many benefits of doing our certified licensed Global GODSU chaplaincy program. And in fact, we have become part of an association called the GODSU Chaplaincy Global Chaplaincy Association, and which is going to be affiliated with or both our chaplaincies. So we'll tell you more about that. We're going to release that information at graduation, which will be August 13th to 17th. So please get on the line and invite as many people as possible to be a part of our chaplaincy. It's not too late. They can get started. They can register. There are many ways that they can register that they don't even have to go into a bank. They can do Cash App. They can do Apple Pay. They can do PayPal. They have all these other ways, Zelle, that they can register and be a part of it. Also want to remind you, for those of you of the Christian faith, that 7:40 to 8:05 every morning we have our God Success Teach and Pray, where we have our marketplace ministers. We keep it all the way real. We let you know what's going on in the workplace. We let you know what's going on in school, what's going on in the home, and how the Bible relates to it. We're not talking language of 2,000 years ago and just reading the Bible. We are giving you real life situations, circumstances, and how it applies to you right now in 2020. So we want you to take part in that. 9 o'clock every morning, check your Facebook, check for uplifting news. We're through our Junior Ambassador program. We have uplifting news that will elevate you, promote you, and make you feel great. And of course, we have our classes. Between now and December, we have about 8 different courses that we're rolling out every Thursday evening. We need you to definitely get folks involved. These are real life courses that affect you. We have a family life course that's coming up. That's incredible. We have an ordination, a Christian ordination course for those who would like to be ordained ministers. But first, you have to be a chaplain. So let's get that going. We have an ethical real estate course that's coming up that I could see Dr. Catlin, also with our dean, Dr. Morris Red. I could see them collaborate on things like that. We're here to see how we can uplift you. We're here to see how we can take you to that next level. We're here to assure you not to quarantine your business, not to quarantine your life, not to quarantine your ministry, not to quarantine your family. Social distancing does not mean not socializing. It just means doing it a different way. We're here to show you how to take your business from a brick and mortar, where you have to go and meet people, jump in a car, where you can make even more money, reach even more people from your, right there from where you're at home. The car marketing tools that you're looking at, that handsome young man in the green tie, looking like a slice of pizza, that gentleman right there, he can show you, give you those tools that you can do your business and even do more business right there from your home. If you can't get to your office. In fact, you'll save money. Get rid of the office lease, get rid of the office rent, and actually make more money through the internet, reaching people. But you need to have those tools. You have to have the training to make it happen. All right, so with that said, I'm going to pass it over back to His Excellency Dakar so he can have some of you outstanding volunteers. 20 at the top. Oh, it's not only 20 people volunteer, but you are the top 20. Have you to give us your name, your information. Tell us 30 seconds about your business. Tell us the impact your business has had and how to reach you. So without further ado, back to you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, our Chancellor, for that wonderful information. So I want to continue on. I see we do have some of our outstanding workers of GODSU on the line. So at this time, I want to ask our Dean, Reverend Dr. Joseph Hickman, if he can please give us an introduction on his business and how we can get in contact with him.
Well, thank you, Your Excellency Dakar. This is a magnificent time together. I am so pumped. I've been energized. I feel like I'm an Energizer bunny. Isn't it amazing how many people that are associated with GODSU, they're not thermostats. They don't look like thermometers. They're actually actually air conditioners. They change the temperature in the room. And by energy and by creativity and collaboration, we're able to do that. I'm happy to inform you that I am the managing director, along with my wife, of a business that's been going on for 20 years. We just Ubered it in about 3 years ago to call it JH Global Consultancy. We have a website that is coming online as of tomorrow, but you can reach us now at 201-280-4125. The website will be JH Global Consultancy, LLC, and we do a number of things: cybersecurity, development funding, strategic planning, and because I'm passionate about giving and serving others, we're in the midst of gathering information to send to Africa medical supplies, because they are facing the pandemic that has struck us so badly throughout the United States, but in particular in the New York City market. If you would like to volunteer, or if you have information that might be appropriate on masks, hand sanitizers, gloves, and any other personal protective equipment, I would love to speak with you. You can text me at that number, and you can also send an email to jhglobalconsultancy@gmail.com. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for your great work that you're doing with helping those in need during this difficult time. So I wanted to at this time have our Dr. Cecilia Wilson Smith Chaplain give us a brief introduction and how we can get in contact.
I am Dr. Cecilia Wilson Smith, founder and CEO of Strong Sisters of Strength Ministries, Incorporated. For the last 26 years, or since 1994, I have intentionally empowered women to live their best life. I've enjoyed meeting the needs of hurting young girls and women. The SOS Ministry is a place where young girls and women strengthen each other through fellowship, through prayer, through worship, and through outreach. I'm also a financial coach. I enjoy teaching people in classes or one-on-one how money works and how to retire with dignity. I teach them that it's not so much what you make, it's how much you can keep. You may follow me on all social media platforms, Cecilia Smith, Cecilia Smith. You may also find me at sistersofstrength.us, or you can email me at Cecilia Smith, Cecilia Smith, SMITH 83 @yahoo.com. And as previously mentioned, I am also a marketplace minister, co-hosting each morning, Monday through Friday, on the God Success Teach and Pray show, which is on all social media platforms as well. Thank you. His Excellency Dakar.
Thank you. And I look forward to hearing you in the morning as well on our God Success Teach and Pray. So also wanted to have our Dean, Dr. Morris Red, Chaplain. Please give us a brief introduction on himself and his business and how we can get in contact with you.
Sure. Thank you, His Excellency Dakar. And congratulations, Her Excellency Dr. Diane, on another great achievement of continuing to be an example of lifelong learning. So my company is Mind Over Matter Universal, and we help people recognize and realize their potential in specific areas of concern. So essentially, I guide my clients through journeys of exploration, discovery, and breakthrough. We are a transformation life coaching company. I'm an author as well as a speaker. And I just released my first book. Actually, it's available for pre-order on Amazon Kindle, only the e-format first, and then in 2 months there'll be a print version. And you can look up Dr. Morris Red on Kindle. And the book is called Grace for Granted, Finding Extraordinary Blessings in Ordinary Settings. Again, that's on Kindle, Dr. Morris Red. So I ask that you support that. You can contact me and find me on Instagram at Mind Over Matter You, or YouTube at Mind Over Matter You. You can also email me at mindovermatteryou@gmail.com. And the telephone number is 561-501-3640. Look forward to hearing from anybody and working with you. And thank you, His Excellency, for giving me this opportunity.
Yes, you're very welcome. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. And at the time, we wanted to have our woman of power, there it is, our Dr. Chekesha Michelle Catlin. Please give us another introduction and how we can get in contact with you with the new viewers that just joined.
Thank you so much, Dakar. I am Dr. Catlin, again, the owner of Excel, a holistic organization that really focuses on bringing out the best in individuals, helping them reach their full potential as far as development within their business and as in their personal life. I'm also a realtor here located right in Virginia, the Washington, D.C. area, KC Realty. We focus on first-time home buyers, veterans, seniors, all the way to millennials. I have a huge group called Millennials Buy Homes Too. It's all about educating our youth on home ownership, investments, how to buy and hold, how to build their wealth, how to just have a portfolio and how to leave a legacy. But most importantly, out of everything that I do, it's just teaching people to live their best life unapologetically. To get in contact with me, it's really simple. Go to drchekeshamichelle.com. That's my email. That's my website, sorry. And it has a host of information on there from all of my different companies and entities, as well as ways to send me a message through email. And if you can't get there, always call me at 202-313-2590. I'm just like a phone call away.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And wonderful interview that you had this evening. So thank you everybody for joining us tonight. This has been yours truly, MC, Co-MC and engineer, His Excellency Dakar. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow morning on our Teach and Pray. You can join the same platforms or call in as you did 6:45 to 8:05. And after, we're going to have our uplifting news by our junior ambassadors, Cairo and Miss Sudan Eubanks. At the same time, at 9 o'clock in the morning. Their Facebook page is Uplifting News. So thank you. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Bye-bye.